Caracas is in chaos tonight as the city faces one of its most turbulent evenings in recent memory. The skyline, usually alive with the hum of nightlife, is now punctuated by the ominous glow of emergency lights and distant fires. A series of powerful explosions have rocked the Venezuelan capital, sending shockwaves through neighborhoods and leaving residents on edge. The blasts, which erupted without warning, have shattered the usual calm of the city's night. Residents across Caracas describe seeing sudden, blinding flashes of light, feeling the ground tremble beneath their feet, and hearing the relentless wail of sirens echoing through the streets. Many were startled awake, unsure of what was happening outside their windows. As panic spread, social media platforms quickly filled with dramatic videos and frantic messages. Yet, despite the flood of footage, reliable information remains scarce. Widespread power outages have plunged entire neighborhoods into darkness, making it even harder for people to communicate or verify what's happening. In the midst of this confusion, a stunning claim has emerged from U.S. officials. President Nicolas Maduro has allegedly been captured. The announcement, delivered without supporting evidence, has only added to the sense of uncertainty and fear gripping the city. Across Caracas, families huddle around televisions and smartphones, their faces etched with shock and disbelief. The story is spreading like wildfire, fueling a wave of speculation, anxiety, and even panic as people try to make sense of the rapidly evolving situation. Authorities have responded by locking down the city. Police and military roadblocks have sprung up overnight, and officials are urging everyone to stay indoors for their own safety. The usually bustling streets are now eerily empty, with only the flashing lights of emergency vehicles breaking the darkness. Emergency services are working tirelessly, navigating darkened streets to respond to fires, injuries, and calls for help. However, their efforts are hampered by unstable internet connections and ongoing power failures, making coordination and communication a constant challenge. The claim regarding Maduro's capture remains unverified, and its potential consequences are enormous. If true, it could mark a turning point for Venezuela. If false, it risks inflaming tensions and spreading dangerous misinformation. Our news teams are working around the clock, sifting through rumors and unconfirmed reports, determined to separate fact from fiction during this unprecedented night of uncertainty. The atmosphere in newsrooms is tense and focused, as journalists connect with sources, monitor global feeds, and await any official statements. Around the world, millions are watching and waiting for clarity. In moments like these, misinformation can spread faster than the truth, and can be just as dangerous as the explosions themselves. False reports and rumors are circulating widely, making it even more important to verify every detail. We urge all viewers to remain cautious and patient. Only confirmed facts will be reported, and speculation will be avoided to prevent further confusion or panic. The situation is evolving by the minute. Every new update, every fresh piece of information, has the potential to dramatically shift the narrative and the reality on the ground. For now, Caracas remains shrouded in darkness, both literally, as power outages persist, and figuratively, as the truth remains elusive. The city waits, holding its breath, for answers. We will continue to monitor developments closely and promise to bring you updates as soon as verified information becomes available. Stay with us as this historic night unfolds. Here's what we know for certain, based on the most reliable and independently confirmed sources available at this hour. Multiple large explosions have been confirmed in Caracas tonight, with several blasts reported near key infrastructure points. The most significant damage appears to be concentrated around the Fuerte Tiuna military base, a critical hub for Venezuela's armed forces, as well as in the vicinity of major government buildings. Emergency services have been seen responding rapidly to these locations, but the full extent of the damage is still being assessed. Widespread power outages have plunged millions of residents into darkness across the capital. Entire neighborhoods are without electricity, and the blackout has affected hospitals, transportation, and communications. So far, there has been no official explanation from the national power company, leaving many to speculate about the cause and duration of the outage. Eyewitnesses throughout Caracas have reported seeing low-flying military jets and helicopters circling the city. The presence of these aircraft suggests a major security operation is underway, possibly in response to the explosions and ongoing unrest. At this time, it remains unclear whether these aircraft belong to the Venezuelan military, or if they could be from another, unidentified force. No official statements have clarified their origin or mission. In response to the unfolding crisis, the government has activated an emergency response protocol. Top military officials have been seen entering the presidential palace, and convoys of official vehicles have arrived, indicating high-level meetings are taking place to coordinate the response. State television is currently broadcasting repeated calls for calm and unity, urging citizens to remain indoors and await further instructions. However, officials have not yet addressed the specifics of the explosions, the cause of the blackout, or the widely circulating rumors about a possible U.S. capture claim. These are the facts as we know them: confirmed explosions, widespread blackouts, visible military mobilization, and a government operating in full crisis mode. Beyond these verified details, much remains uncertain, and speculation continues to circulate on social media and unofficial channels. As always, we are committed to reporting only what can be independently verified, avoiding rumors and unconfirmed reports. Our team is working around the clock to bring you the most accurate updates as the situation evolves. The situation is still developing, and we will continue to provide updates as more verified information becomes available. Stay with us for the latest. Tonight, the air is thick with tension as the most explosive claim yet emerges from anonymous U.S. officials. They allege that President Nicolas Maduro, the controversial leader of Venezuela, has been captured in a covert operation. But as of this moment, there are no photos, no videos, and not a single piece of independent confirmation to support this extraordinary claim. The details remain shrouded in mystery. No information on who carried out the operation, where Maduro might be held, or even if such an event truly took place. It's important to emphasize, this is merely a claim at this stage, not an established fact, and it must be approached with the utmost caution and skepticism. The potential consequences of spreading unverified information like this are enormous. If the claim proves false, it could spark unrest in Venezuela, fuel dangerous rumors, and even destabilize the entire region. U.S. officials may be acting on preliminary intelligence, or perhaps they are attempting to shape the narrative and influence events on the ground before the facts are fully known. So far, no international organization, no neutral observer, and no independent news agency has been able to confirm the story. In fact, the Venezuelan government has issued a strong and immediate denial, calling the reports baseless and insisting that President Maduro remains in power. Until we see concrete evidence, such as a verifiable image, a credible video, or a statement from a trusted neutral party, this story remains unverified and should be treated as such. Around the world, people are glued to their screens, anxiously waiting for any sign of proof or clarification about Maduro's fate. In times like these, skepticism isn't just wise, it's absolutely essential to responsible journalism and public understanding. Until we have solid, verifiable confirmation, we will not report this as fact. The truth must come first. The Venezuelan government has responded forcefully. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez appeared on state TV, calling the U.S. capture claim a desperate lie and insisting Maduro is safe and in command. The defense minister, flanked by generals, declared the military's loyalty to Maduro and the Constitution. State media is broadcasting patriotic images and messages of unity, framing the crisis as a foreign attack. The government's message: the president is safe, the government is strong, and Venezuela will defend its sovereignty. But one thing is missing. Maduro himself has not appeared publicly since the crisis began. Officials say he's managing the situation, but his absence fuels speculation. A live appearance would end the rumors. His silence keeps the crisis alive. The nation remains on edge, waiting for proof of leadership. Until then, uncertainty reigns. The world is riveted by Venezuela's crisis. Maduro's allies, Cuba, Bolivia, Russia, condemn the events as a US-backed coup and voice support for his government. Critics of Maduro, including Colombia, Brazil, and the EU, urge calm and demand verified information, avoiding the US capture claim. International organizations like the UN call for restraint and a transparent investigation. The Organization of American States is convening an emergency meeting. Global oil prices have spiked, reflecting fears of instability in a major oil-producing nation. The crisis is already rippling through economies and politics far beyond Venezuela. The world is not just watching, it's being affected. All eyes remain on Caracas for the next move. Tonight's chaos is the result of a year of escalating tensions between Venezuela and the US. The US has accused Maduro's government of abuses and imposed harsh sanctions, crippling Venezuela's economy. Both sides have traded threats, with the US hinting at military options and Maduro warning of American plots to seize Venezuela's oil. Recent months saw naval standoffs and increased U.S. support for the opposition. This cycle of hostility set the stage for tonight's crisis. Each side's narrative is shaped by years of mistrust and confrontation. The truth is hard to find when both governments see every event through the lens of conflict. Tonight's claims and denials are the latest chapter in a long, bitter standoff. In a crisis, information can be as dangerous as explosives. The fog of war is thick. Rumors, old videos, and deliberate disinformation flood social media. Journalists must filter, not amplify, unverified claims. Reporting a rumor as fact could trigger violence or international missteps. That's why we insist on independent verification before declaring anything as true. Cross-checking sources, verifying images, and demanding proof are essential. The public must also be skeptical. Question sources, avoid sharing unverified posts, and seek out credible news. In this chaos, patience and discipline are the best defenses against misinformation. Our responsibility is to report only what's confirmed. The stakes are too high for anything less. As dawn approaches, here's what we know. Multiple explosions hit Caracas, key infrastructure was targeted, and power outages continue. Military aircraft were seen over the city, and the government is on high alert. The U.S. claim that Maduro has been captured remains unverified, with no independent evidence. The Venezuelan government denies it, but Maduro has not appeared publicly. No group has claimed responsibility for the attacks. The next key moment, a live appearance by Maduro or concrete proof from either side. Until then, Caracas and the world waits in uncertainty. We will continue to report only what can be confirmed. The truth is still emerging from the chaos of this extraordinary night.